This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Next up, AJ and Christopher Daniels are going to regain the tag team titles, defeating Homicide and Hernandez in 15 and a half minutes of an Ultimate X match. Meltzer would say, actually, in the first few minutes, it didn't look all that good. Hernandez is still pretty green in spots, but working with small guys and being so strong enables him to do great power moves. Ultimately, though, Meltzer gave it 4 stars. He really dug it. There's a big spot here where, well, let's just read the write-up. Daniels, then in a spectacular move, climbed to the top of the stand where the cables were hanging from. Basically, it was if he was farther away than the ring post, about 12 feet in the air, he was standing on top and jumped to the center and had to grab the cables in the middle. So I would say he had to jump 10 feet or more. I was told they came up with the spot. They never practiced it once. And when putting the match together, had no backup plan in case Daniels didn't catch the cable, in which case he would have crashed into the mat with a decent risk of injury. But it all went smooth. He grabbed the cable, he grabbed the belt, he unhitched it and fell to the ring. Big pop as Daniels and Styles went into the crowd to celebrate. Meltzer gave it 4 stars, but man, considering what we just talked about last week with Homicide, and I realized that happened after this sort of reads in a similar fashion. Hey, let's just go do it. Let's not worry about practicing it. What'd you think? Was your asshole puckered watching this?
I just got to say, if you can watch this back and Conrad, when you talk to them folks over at Impact about their service, because this is a really must see.
I agree.
The finish, because I can remember time to time and going through the notes, I can remember AJ or Daniels or some X Division guy come to me and pitch like a sequence. And I would look at them deadpanned and they wouldn't know it was coming. You know how I like to joke sometimes. I'm like, so you're asking me if I think you can do this? Like, really? Like, you've seen me wrestle for 20 years at this point. Do you think anyway, but AJ would come for me from time to time, and I'd be willing to bet they had a backup. I don't believe that part of it, but that's neither here nor there. But when I tell you on Sundays during this era of TNA, we talked about Abyss, we talked about different things, like everybody, man, God almighty, what a good time to be in the company it was, because we dug deep. But you have to, I don't say see it to believe it, but Daniels, always overachiever in the big money matches. Obviously, AJ, his history speaks for itself. But this move to dive from the corner, we used it in replay and hype reels and action reels and sizzle reels for quite some time. It's spectacular. Daniels, again, Ultimate X match. It gave those guys a real opportunity to be unique and creative and try different things. This was, and look, they started slow because Hernandez, this didn't fit his skill set. But as we know, the only thing we really remember is Daniels leaping, so cool, and winning the match.
Oh, and by the way, they did a Styles Clash off the apron through a table. So there's a lot of moving parts in this. And AJ and Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian, it feels like there's so many guys who were really like unsung heroes of TNA, the early days of TNA.
Sure.
Like Daniels and Styles specifically. And then of course we know it's going to really level up when Joe gets here, but man, my goodness. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.